you start watching them.
Hold on, Daddy. Right. So let her answer the question, my love.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's definitely for the bag. It's definitely. She's been saying that's what she wanted.
Daddy, thank you. Okay.
And like she was, she's been trying to build her bag, but I mean, I guess so. I believe. Everybody that hosts on here, you make money off of it, so I would take that. Yes.
Okay. So Backstreet.
Yeah.
We must stand against bullying and abuse. We must stand against bullying and abuse. We will be dropping the violence hotline, 1-800-779-7233. Okay? Also, we're going to pray for Kirby and her family. We're going to pray for both of them. All right? So I'm bringing up the next person. Hi, Ms. B.
Sorry. Yes.
So everyone... Okay, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yes, they... Hold on. I work with mental illness, right? And it's a 1-800 number. It's called Buzzbin. And you could call them, and they could go out there and talk to your sister, just, without Queen around. But at this point, she got her so brainwashed. It's like she don't know. I mean, it's sad.
Yeah,
but I will put
it's messed up.
Comment Empress if she want to take the number. Okay,
put it in the comments and we'll repeat it. Thank you so much, Ms. B. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you all for supporting and lending out a helping hand for Player. But we have to remember, as young adults that are being abused allegedly, some of us are stuck because we want to be. I was one of them that was stuck because I wanted to be. So this is a very thin line between trying to help someone and then granted if they want the help. Very thin line. And we don't pick at those people. We don't drag them and bring them down. We just hope for better days. If you can ever plant a seed in their head just to say, we love you, we want you, we yearn for your safety, then plant that seed. But you have to back up a little bit. Because when they want something that you're trying to take away from them, they will resist. And you can deeply and further lose that person. So it's just such a very delicate avenue.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a rapper.
Hey, y'all, thanks for coming in. Hey, so I wanted to ask the sister if she feel the same way I feel, that Queen Opp is very jealous of Shell.
That could be. That could be. If you look at it, like I look at it, just look at the things she's done lately, over the, I guess, whatever the time. She's cut my sister's hair. She's been snatching these wigs off her hair every time she put one on her hair. And, which, Sierra, I'm not doing it. Sierra, she don't have no edges. My sister has good braided hair, has edges, has a beautiful skin tone, beautiful skin complexion. You know what I mean? Like, yes, she doesn't need a bunch of surgeries and stuff. And my sister was always comfortable in her skin. So it could be a possibility. I mean, a big
what really made me notice that recently is your sister had dyed her hair yellow, and it was very vibrant and very pretty, and we just kept encouraging her and telling her how pretty it was. And then all of a sudden, Sierra went and dyed her hair yellow, but it looked a mess, okay, because she don't have the edges, the roots was black, and it just looks real bad. And so as soon as she dyed her hair yellow and it didn't look good, your sister has had to have a cap on her head ever since. That's what I noticed. We gave her all of those compliments about that pretty yellow hair, and as soon as we gave her those compliments, we ain't seen her hair since.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah, I just want y'all in the comments to see that we all noticed that. We just love that on her. She went and dyed her hair the same and wouldn't let the girls. But another thing is, I don't know if you heard Sierra talking about her past, and I don't know how much I can say on here, but it's about sexual abuse as a child. And she's saying a number of her family members have abused her. And I think your sister was loved. She was nourished. She had a mom. She had a dad. And what I really believe is that she hates your sister because she didn't have that violent sexual past. Your sister grew up just a regular old person. Just a regular old person, shy, and now she wants to beat her down because she wished she had your mama and daddy and protective siblings who loved her. The girl wasn't loved, she was, and that's why I think she's reliving her abuse on your sister. But I'm really proud of you, big sis. I had to go to bat for my brothers and stuff, and I've had people hate me, call me haters, shut me down, family members that don't mess with me, but I stand for them, and I'm going to continue to stand for them, and I'm very proud of you, big sister.
I'm a rapper. Bless you, sister. Thank you.
And thank you, Empress. Appreciate you, Empress. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Whew, that's a lot. What do you think about that, Kirby?
Like, I mean,
take that in for a minute. That was a lot.
Yeah. I mean, that could possibly very well be that, you know. And I just want people to know, like, you know.
That's definitely a good point of view. That's a very deeply rooted point of view to focus on. From the hair, like, from her getting compliments, from her childhood being so treacherous. I'm going to flick some of the pain on you that has been inflicted on me. That's definitely food for thought.
And that's why I keep on using that line, hurt people. Because that's how I look at it. Is it because she's hurt and her trauma, like, hurt.
Thank you for that, Ransom.
Yeah.
That blew everybody away. That was deep. Okay, so not one question for this individual before you leave. We'll drop you.
That's my best friend since kindergarten.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome. Okay. Well, look at that. That's ironic. Well, thank you, Reese. We'll drop you.
Take my break out.
Well, hold on. Can you give your best friend some encouraging words? It's in a very emotional moment.
Some words since she put me deep to Sierra and Randy.
Okay.
And the last person that came up that was saying how Sierra is jealous of Randy because of the loving family, that's what I've been saying.
That's what you've been saying, so you can relate. But thank you, best friend since kindergarten.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Love you, Kurt.
Love you more later.
All right. It's a lot of you guys in here. Whew. I don't know what to pick. How do you feel, Kirby, and how long do you want to go on with this? Do you want a few more questions, or you want to say thank you to everybody for coming out? What do you want to do at this moment? Because there's still a line of people that's waiting to talk to you.
It doesn't matter to me if they feel
comfortable. Okay, if you're comfortable, I'll bring up Miss Yoli. Miss Yoli. All right, she wasn't ready. Oh, Miss Yoli, do you have a question? It's great. What's your question, beautiful?
Do you feel that, let me see, how do I direct this? Do you feel that Shell is there because she wants to be, or is she there because she's manipulated to be?
All right.
You said, do I think that she's there because she wants to be or because she manipulated to be? Yes. A little bit of both. There's a little bit of both. You gotta think about the way she's being mentally abused. Like when somebody's tearing you down, that can force you to stay because you don't know if my sister's feeling like, oh, she wants to be there to make her feel better. Whatever the case may be. But my also states all the time. I mean, she can definitely leave when she wants, and has every chance. I mean, can do it at any given time, but she doesn't want to leave. That's the difference, That's where we were in the whole abuse situation. And, I mean, whether it be a woman and a man or a woman and woman, you got to be ready to go on your own terms.
Very much.
Absolutely. All right, Love My Mind, you're coming up.
Hello, Empress, and hello, Kirby.
Hello,
How are you?
Good.
Hello.
Hi. I wanted to know the first time that that Sierra had beat up. Help me out, please.
Shell, that they know of.
Shell.
Okay.
Shell, the first time now, when she was supposed to go to court, what happened? How come she didn't press charges the very first time? Do you know why?
We don't know. We don't know why Michelle didn't do it. My father and I got her back to Philadelphia, and she went back to Atlanta. We tried to get my sister to press charges. She went right back to Atlanta.
I see. Okay. That's what I wanted to know about the first case.
You Love My Mind. And she did mention that Opp was in jail for 30 days, and as soon as she got out, Shell shot right back.
I don't know how many days per se, but I know she was in there for a while.
Okay. Well, thank you, Love My Mind. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Did your grandmother know what was going on? Kirby, did your grandmother know what was going on?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, yeah, she knew. Because she knew about the dog eating video and everything. But that was
she ever mentioned anything?
Everybody was in an uproar over it.
Yeah, we did ask that question earlier. Is Shell in love with Opp? We did ask that question. Some people said yes, they feel as though she is, but that question was asked. Okay. Kirby, let me know when you're tired because there's a ton of people. I'm not tired because I got to do this all night. I just want to make sure you're comfortable and that it's not too much. All right. Kia.
Hey. So I just wanted to know, like, how do you feel about hearing how Shell talks about your kids and on live, and have your kids ever just really spoke out about how they felt about that?
I don't all right, so I don't know if my son's heard any of that part.
Thank you.
He hasn't never said that he heard that part, but
Hey, Imps, how you doing?
I'm a God person, so I'm not particular, and I'm not going to, at first I was ready to go there and be a big old kid and be petty, but I'm not into that. I could never. I don't care how much he speaks down on my kid or whatever. I know my kids are beautiful. I know my kids are the excellent kids that I could possibly want. So I ain't asking for nothing more. And she could say, those things don't hurt me. Those are things that were on my sister and stuff. But I know me, and I know who I am, and I know who my children are. So I don't let those things bother me at all.
Right.
That wouldn't.
Thank you. Thank you. And this is Shell's older sister. Go ahead, Rahway. Hi, Rahway.
Hey, I liked how you did the interview. It was nice. It was fair and everything. I want to know, how do you feel about how she? I don't know. Did nobody answer the question? Michelle got the tattoo of Queen Opp on her eyebrows. How you feel about that?
That's her body. That's her body. I can't feel any type of way about it. I have a male's name on my body. I'm just saying, I can't tell nobody what to do with their body.
I ain't ready yet, but I recommend you keep doing this because I really live for this stuff, because it's a lot of people right now that's living in the midst and they don't know how to leave out there, because they do leave, something will go the other way. Like, you see so much stuff.
How do we leave though, Rahway? Like, when does that first step actually happen? When does the first step actually happen? When we're unconscious? It's so hard to determine, because remember, some people are near death and they still go back. So it's just so hard. It's sad and very, 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 very hard. It can do the self-work. You guys give me some examples on why victims stay. From the comments, give me some examples of why you think a victim would stay.
I was about to tell you my situation from last night.
Excuse me. Hold on for 1 second, Paige. Thank you so much, Rodway. I appreciate you. So there's so much scarce shelter money. Okay, Rodway, are you done with your question, baby? No.
It's really a lot because some guys don't want the female to leave or nothing like that because they use the female for money, use the female for credit, and stuff like that. Then if they leave, they gonna want to try to because they don't want to see that person with nobody else doing the same thing they did. That's why it's so. That's why so much, that's why so much females now going the opposite direction because they scared what we are men's gonna do to them and stuff like that. Like I would never in life put my hands on a woman because if it wasn't for no, just using for example, our mama carried us. The female are the most. I say like it, God made us men to protect the females, not hurt the female, put them in such a dangerous situation and stuff like that.
I agree.
Well, y'all have a blessed night, and like I always tell everybody, keep God first and be blessed.
Amen, Rodney. Thank you. So you guys gave so many great examples in the comments. It could be so much, but we can't get an honest answer unless we get the opportunity to speak to Shell on her own. We won't get an honest answer. But we do challenge Shell. We challenge you, Shell, to have a conversation on your own. We challenge you, Shell, to have a non-biased conversation on your own. Can you handle that? And can that happen? We challenge you, whether it's with me, whether it's with any broadcaster, we challenge you. Okay?
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, that would be great. All right, go ahead, Paige.
Excellent.
Yeah, I was just saying as far as the last question or whatever, like I told you yesterday and put in the comments, it took me 3 concussions to leave. It's hard. It's not as easy as people make it seem to just, to leave. It's really hard, especially the person that I was with, we were together for 4 years, but best friends for 2. So it's, and that made it super even more hard to leave. So it's just, you know what I mean? I had to go to a therapist afterwards. And then one time I had a friend tell me, you have to, forgive them. And I'm looking at them like, what do you mean I got to forgive them? They you have to forgive them to feel better. Because I was depressed. I went into straight depression mode. But,
took you 12 years.
Took 12. They said 12 years.
No, I'm just reading the company. So, Paige, you got a question, Princess? And we're sorry, Paige.
No,
I'm glad you got out of it.
No, you're fine. Not really. I just wanted to say that. But as far as everything, I'm here for you guys as far as the family and everything. And just keep your head up. It's gonna be okay. You already know what's up. So keep your head up. You got this.
Thank you, Paige. We appreciate it. All right. So I see there's a lot of women in the comments. Some women saying it took them 4 years, 9 years, 12 years. We take a lot. We carry a lot on our backs. We carry a lot on our backs. Tears, strife, embarrassment, pain, secrets. We are responsible for a lot. So if you put all of that with a man that's beating us down and dragging us down, it starts to show. It shows so bad in our posture and the way we speak and the way we communicate it just shows. You're a different woman, you're a different girl. And you can take a lot of that anguish out on your kids, on your friends, just on society alone. When does it start? And how does it stop?
And another thing that was brought to my attention as well, that I do want to address too, that I'm sorry, because I did mean to bring that up too. There is also the fact that, my sister.
Yes, real Ryan.
Allegedly.
That was a fair question.
It's not only getting beat on by just Queen Opp. There's a video surfacing around somewhere of Queen Opp's child's father putting his hands on my sister.
No way.
That's what I heard. Just not. Yeah, I met the. Yeah, I did like that. It was just dawning on me as
okay. Someone has that link. Can y'all send that link to 321 number? And we can pull it up on, is it on YouTube?
Yeah.
And what is happening? What do we look up? She said that there's a video of Queen Opp's baby father putting hands on Shell.
My sister. Mm-hmm. So it's not just her. It's not just her. Somebody said just type in.
So who in the room thinks that Shell is in danger? Who thinks that Shell is in danger? Who in the room thinks that Shell is in danger? Thank you. Who in the room now? I'm going to switch the question. I give you guys to finish up. I give you guys time to finish up. I'm going to give you guys time to finish up because I'm going to switch the question. Okay, let me know when you're done. Now, who thinks that it's okay? These are just skits. These are just skits. These are just skits. She's okay. These are just skits. Skits. So in the middle of the people that saying they're skits, you got, for the people that think they're not skits, go ahead and put not skits in the middle of all these people that's saying that they're skits.
And you'll see on my sister's face when y'all watch the lives, like, because I notice on a few of them when I go and watch that she always states this is for entertainment purposes only when she's about to literally get in trouble. That's the only, like, she'll literally make that known as soon as she's about to, like, this girl, like, and that sounds crazy saying a grown woman is getting in trouble by another grown woman. But, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So some people in the premium comments are saying they need to call the local authorities. So everyone is sending their suggestions in through the premium comments.
They've had all that stuff. Or they've had, because when they someone called them out, like not child protector. It was like adult protective services or something, because they contacted. Matter of fact, they contacted my family on multiple occasions. The day of my grandmother's funeral, my father received a call from adult protective services about my sister. The day of my grandma's funeral, while we were at the repast. But they've been out before, and basically, like I said, my sister, you know, as long as she says she wants to stay there and she's competent to them, then they're not going to take her out. All they're going to ask her is where she wants to be. Like, that's it. So we can't, you know. But like I said, that's why I told Sierra.
Wow, that's a good subject. Look at that comment. Queen never has a black eye, always Shell. That's interesting.
And we never see any skits with with my sister smacking the crap out of Queen Opp or Sierra. Y'all call her Queen Opp. We don't never see my sister smacking it out of Sierra. We have never. We've never seen my sister come into the lab and dog trashed her Sierra's family. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the skits are always directed towards my sister. That's it, right? And my sister's the only one that, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. I wanna do it. I wanna do it.
Hey guys, as you guys know, I decided that I was going to do a recap video of all 3 videos that I had took from the October 2nd, 2021 video. There is another video that I am well aware of that she did with Ebony May on Big O as well. I'm going to check it out. If it's, you know, appropriate, you know, there's rules up here on YouTube that can get you in some trouble. I will put that video up as well, break it up into 2 parts so it's not overwhelming, and play it as a recap video. So these videos that you're seeing that I had put together from the October 6, 2021 video with Empress and Michelle's sister is just giving you a glimpse on how the family felt at that time, how nothing has changed in 2023 until the police got involved, thanks to the community by calling the police en masses all around the United States and got Queen Opp and Danny in trouble. And now they're in court battling their freedom. We don't know what is going to be the fate to these two, but it's not looking good because I don't think they're just going to walk away with. They're probably going to get some sort of repercussions for all of what they've done. There's a history with the Obster and Michelle with the probation, a stiff probation, and allegedly they're saying Danny's already on probation. And they're going to learn that you keep your hands to yourself and you treat people accordingly, or you'll be even in more trouble. I'm just predicting this. So this is a recap video. It will be played on a loop. If you already seen it, I'm quite sure there's things you may have missed. So listening to it this time around, you might even get a brighter perspective of just how the family feels and what Michelle all these many years had to endure. And remember, this video is from October 6, 2021, and the sister reassured then that this was going to stop, be put to an end, and it took it almost 2 years later, and it's still going on. And it's not going on now because the community put it to a stop. They put it to a stop, not the family. We just hope the family's strong enough to keep it from happening ever again and allowing history to repeat itself. So this is a recap video so that no one says, why does it keep playing over and over again? This video will be up for a few hours, so as people come in during the day, they can look at the video when they have some time. So I want you to put in the comment section, but I kind of sort of think I know the answer to it. No one's probably surprised that Queen Opp and her man, Danny, was spotted out after their arrest. I guess walking from the grocery store, Danny appears to have bags in her hands, and Queen Opp got the ice cream. It's so funny because the day that I seen, well, the night that I saw the live and the police kicked in the door, I was on that live because I was kind of shocked that she was even on live because I was up, couldn't sleep, and I was wondering why she was on YouTube live because she's always on Michael, but they got kicked off of there, so that's why she wanted to go live on YouTube, and that was on a Friday. But it's so funny because I'm gonna tell you right now, if you look at the Obsters here, the reason why it looks like that, because they both look like two Dusty Jones right now, is because I don't know how all states are, but I know in New England states, if you got weave in your hair, braids, wigs, glue-ins, they make you take all of that stuff out your hair before you go into the pod or whatever they call it, that you're gonna be in, or intake. So she had to take that weave that she had in that video when the cops busted down the door. She had to take that all out of her hair at that facility that she was being held at. And she obviously, when she got out, that was the least of her concerns, was doing her hair. Now see, this is how God works in mysterious ways, because Michelle was spotted out having a good time. We already knew that it was a matter of time before Queen Opp was spotted out, because when I was in the live, I'm gonna tell you what did surprise me. She had about close to 5,000 people watching her, and everybody and their mama was copying and pasting this woman's address in the chat so people could mass report her and do a wellness check on Shelly and Michelle. Let me say Michelle. I'm gonna stop calling her Shelly or Shell, whatever y'all call her, or Queen Opp used to call her. I have to get used to saying Michelle. But that is how the cops got to her house. Now I don't care if you're a social media influencer or not. The question that still remains to me is, how are people getting all of your not one address, but every single address that the officer lived at? They always get her address, and they're busting out her windows or trying to come to her house or doing like what happened last Friday. And it was a matter of time before somebody said, you know what, I got the address. So what I'm gonna do, because this wasn't a coincidence, trust me, this was not a coincidence that they just happened to see the officer out. They knew her address, and they were probably sitting waiting for her to come out. Eventually she would have to come out, right, for food or to take care of errands. They definitely could have just waited till August 4th, court day, because she has to come out if she's still at that apartment to go to court. But the original video shows, it looks like it was a Toyota, because it says Toyota on the window. They were recording her from their phone in the car, but they didn't want to make it obvious. You can tell that's why it's all shaky. Like, they were putting the camera kind of sort of down. They wanted to be kind of discreet with it, like how they was with Michelle when she was at the water park. But her mother peeped that they were recording Michelle, and she got offended. Michelle's mother did. But yeah, this is the officer looking dusty. I know this must have scared the life out of her when she saw this, that people were recording her, because we all know she's really scary. That's why she's always in the house. And when she goes out, we see it from videos from 3 years ago. She's always, if she's outside, she's like paranoid, because she's done so much stuff to people. She's got to always watch over her back. Now, it's sad we have to watch over our back just because the world is sick and the people in it are sick. A lot of people that are in it are sick. But it's sad that she has to watch her back because of all the stuff she has done to people. That's what's sick. And I know when she seen this video, she had to be shook that somebody actually was recording her. She better be lucky whoever was recording her was being civilized, because sometimes people like to make a name for themselves, even if they get in trouble, and they end up doing stuff to people. And she's pregnant, and if you ain't got love for somebody or common sense, sometimes people, which is a sad thing, still will do something to you. That's why you got to pay attention to how you treat people and just be humble. Don't get up here trying to disrespect people on social media, because when they called the police on her that day, they called the police from around the United States. Now, to her, she probably thought that was a compliment. But to me, that's a real problem, because you don't need that many enemies disliking you like that. That can be really dangerous. And it's just, to me, it's just really, really, it just is spooky to see that people literally was recording her since she's been out of jail. She has no idea that somebody's watching her right now. She has no idea that somebody could get out the car and do something to her, and she wouldn't even see it coming. So she really needs to pay attention to what she's doing, focus, and take key. But what goes around comes around. But when we spotted Michelle out, we saw her having a great time with her family. So that was the celebration. But see, it was meant for us to see her with her hair looking all dusty, her looking all dusty. Because see, now the tables are turning, and what she used to do to Michelle, making her look like a hot mess, now we see her looking like a hot mess, right? With her girlfriend, holding them grocery bags while she's sitting there eating something. Looks like an ice cream cone or whatever. But that girl better fall back. I'm trying to tell you. And if they did not evict her in 72 hours from that apartment, she needs to move either way, because it is not safe for her to be there all those people knowing her address, and then for somebody to record her like this, she better be cautious. She thinks that this is cute, talking about she's gonna lay low. You better lay low and find you another apartment, because you can't lay low there.
After we're done with the interview, of course, I'm going to allow you guys to call in on the 321-800-8445 number. Also, I will allow some of you in the boxes, okay? But remember, she's just a sister, all right? So let's not go so hard. She's not here to hate. She's here to relay her message. All right, are we good? So let's start the interview. So everyone, welcome. Welcome to my platform. This is the lovely, you see player, but this is the lovely Kirby. She is Shell's sister, and it's Shell from Queen Opp and Shell. All right? So you guys can tell her hello if you like. I'm going to turn the music down. Okay. All right, so let's get started. So would you like me to call you Player or Kirby?
You can call me Kirby, it's fine.
All right. So, hi, Kirby. I'm Empress Paris, and thanks again. All right. All right. So, my first question is: are you the sister of Shell?
Yes, I'm Michelle's biological sister. Same mother, same father.
Okay. And are you older or are you younger?
I'm 2 years older than Michelle.
Okay. And how many brothers and sisters do you guys have?
It's 3 of us. I have a few stepsisters, and then I have a brother that was adopted into the family, older brother.
All right. So for you guys that want to know if she's saying or not, before I did the interview, I did actual receipts, and Kirby can tell you what she sent me to validate that her and Shell is sisters. She sent me little pictures of sisters and brothers, mama, grandmama, uncles. Both of them are pictures as little girls. So I do have that tangible proof that we will not show here, but just to know, you can trust me and we're solid. Okay, so this is not a storyline. This is a real bloodline right here. Okay, so you and Shell are sisters. You have the same mother and father. It's 3 of you guys, and you're the oldest by 2 years.
Yes.
All right. So describe your childhood. Describe your childhood to me.
Coming up, we lived a pretty good childhood coming up. We were pretty good middle class family in a good area in Philadelphia. My sister was privileged to go to Catholic school. I went to private school. And then my brother, he went to Catholic school as well. Up until we graduated high school. Well, I actually didn't graduate. That's my own issue. But, Michelle went all the way up until high school and Catholic school. So, yeah, we had a good... it was always pleasant in my house. My mom's house was always the house to be at because she was like, always had, whether it was a Halloween party for the kid, whether it was a Christmas get-together, whether it was a block party, she was the one that was doing it all. So that was like how my family structure was. We were always tight-knit. My father would come get us on the weekends when him and my mom split. So, we were always together. We went on, family vacations. Just your average, typical family thing.
Okay, so this is my question. Would you say there was any abuse in the home? Like, did dad beat on mom? Or, what kind of, was there any abuse in the home?
As far as abuse, no. With my mother and father, no. My father and my mother, they had divorced. My father had actually left a house for us, for me and my mom and all of us, all the children. So, they're still actually best friends to this day. So there was no bad blood there. There was just it was their time to end their relationship. But as far as my mom, as any other woman, she went through her ins and outs of life. So yeah, there was an incident where she had dealt with a person that was, abusive, but she tried to shield that away from her eyes, so we really didn't even see that. But me being the oldest one, I was kind of more aware. I was more aware to it than anyone else, should I say? but not on like some like regular, nah. Mm-mm. And that's like I said, it can happen to any woman or any.
All right. So I have another question. You told us that Shell went to Catholic school and she went on to go to college. Tell us about Shell and her mind. Tell us about her education.
Well, educational wise, to tell you the honest to God truth with my sister, educational wise, she is smart. Like, I know everybody's like, oh, we can't believe that the way she acts. My sister is very smart. And the reason we know this is because my sister used to get tested over the years, and she had an IQ of a genius. Like, when we were in school, they would test her over and over and over, just keep testing her. And she was up there. When she went away to school to Westchester, she came back. She didn't, go all the way through, but she did come back and try to finish up with school, but she claims that she graduated. Yeah, she didn't graduate.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for that fact. So now, would you say that you guys had any street knowledge? Like, I'm from the hood, right? And I grew up in the hood, and sometimes you would see guys on the corner, girls on the corner, and you get to learn a little bit about the streets, Do you guys feel as though you have any street knowledge?
I would say I definitely do. My family definitely does, but Michelle, I'm trying to remember to call her Michelle, but Randy is Michelle. That's what we call her. And in case I do call her Randy, because that's what I'm used to. But Michelle, she was like a shy kid. Like, she wasn't the kid that be outside all the time. Like, she wasn't into the street, so she didn't get that street mentality. Like, I know how to cut it on, cut it off. I can be, handle things business-wise, book smart, and street smart. So I can turn it on and off. She doesn't have that, I don't think, but she doesn't have that at all, nah. But as far as, like, the rest of my family, yeah.
Okay, tell us a little bit about Shell's social life. Did she have boyfriends? Did she have friends? Was she on the drill team? Was she in the computer club?
Actually, she did a lot of things. She played, shot put javelin. She used to play on the band at school. She used to be on the drill team. And that's funny that you said that. As far as boyfriend wise, she could get a man. My sister, she was like, she still can. Ain't nothing the matter with her getting no man, because the guys that I've seen her date, I'm like, okay, go ahead with your bad self, okay? I see you over there, boo-boo. You know how you give them props, like, go ahead, girl. Look at him, little fine, shorty, dory. I see you. But yeah, she was definitely into guys and had her boyfriends and stuff like that, so I can definitely attest to that. I mean, my mom walked in on her, well, her legs wide open for guys, so that's how we knew she was into guys. Cause yeah, we just, looking in, you wouldn't think that she was into guys. I mean, but yeah, for sure, she was definitely into guys.
Okay, go Shell. Let's go Shell. Okay, so you would consider your sister straight and not into girls. You'll consider her straight.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And then as far as friends and things, yeah, she had friends growing up. The schools that she went to, we went to two separate schools. Like I said, I was in private school, she was in Catholic. So our friends were totally different, of course, outside of the friends that were in our neighborhood. Like, of course, get on and things of that nature and hang out.
All right, so you're saying that your sister had some friends, and your house was the go-to house, just like young girls go hang out with the bigger sister, right?
Right.
Okay.
Of course, yeah. Because I didn't want them out in the park smoking, drinking, and all that stuff. I had an apartment since I was 15. So my thing was, don't be on the streets doing this. You know what I mean? Y'all could always just come over here or whatever. At first, it was like a couple girlfriends, but then it was like the whole squad, and everybody just came over, and that was cool with me. So.
And before she met Sierra and moved on, how often did you talk to your sister?
Before then, we were together every day, pretty much, because they were always her girlfriends were always around, always. And me and my sister, we were close. We were kind of close, yeah.
So when is the last time you would say you talked to your sister?
The last time I talked to her was right before my grandma's funeral. In between the time of my grandma's funeral and the time that she came to my mother's house and stated that she was missing a package. And, a package came delivered to the house and no package never came or something like that. And supposedly it was all over the internet that we took a package or some crap and whatever. But, yeah.
And how long ago?
I would say, and my grandmother passed away August 5th. So within that week or two, I had spoken with her. Because we had called her to let her know how serious things were getting, and that she really needed to come over, see her grandmother. Yeah.
How long was your grandmother sick? How long was your grandmother sick for?
Well, when they put her on hospice care, that was back in May. My grandmother was sick for a while. She was sick for years. My mom took her in and had been taking care of her during all these years. But when they put her on hospice care, that was back in May. So I basically left my house and went to my mom's house from May up until about 3 weeks ago to stay with my mom and help her out with my grandma on hospice because she didn't have anybody. So it was just my grandmother and I. And my mother and I taking care of my grandmother. And so she passed away. I found her that morning. And I stayed with my mom just to make sure she would be okay and not by herself.
How many visits would you say Shell made to see Grandma?
Shell would make visits periodically. We wouldn't know when she would be coming, but if she was expecting any kind of mail or looking for something in the mail, she'd come by. But I say that's pretty much about because before she used to come by to actually see Grandma, but then later on towards I don't even know what I can consider later on, but I just noticed she would just start coming by just to get mail and stuff like that. But she wasn't, she would stop, speak to us for a little bit, but no longer than 20 minutes or nothing in the house with us.
Okay. So you basically saying that her relationship with you guys basically dwindled down to, I'm coming over to get my mail. Hi, how's everybody doing? And I'm out. Basically.
Well, not like that, but more of a no. Because my thing is, all right. So when she's not around, her girlfriend or whatever, the girl Sierra or whatever, my sister's a totally different person. So it's not just hi and bye. She's in the house and she's talking, and because she hasn't seen everybody, and who knows how long. It could be weeks, it could be months, it could be a couple weeks. I don't know, but for the most part, when she's in there, like I said, she's talking to us. She's talking, how are we, but it's not longer than a half an hour.
Okay. So I have two questions. Just to clarify for the comments, when you say girlfriend, you mean friend or you mean somebody she dates?
Like a friend, yeah. I was just speaking in girlfriend terminology. Her girlfriend, she's Sierra, because y'all call her something and I'm not calling her that at all.
Okay, so she's straight. So how about, how does Shell act? What does she do? Does she make jokes? Is she quirky? Does she laugh? What is who Shell is?
Yesterday was about the most funniest I've seen her in a very, very long time, because somebody told me to go check out their live to see how much she was speaking yesterday. And I looked on the live, and I'm like, wow. She's really like talking like the old, Michelle's little smartness was coming out. She had a little spark a little bit. And I was just like, Well, I didn't catch all that stuff, guys. But it was just like the spunk was there or whatever and everything. And I'm like, okay. But you don't see that really like that with her any other time. And the only reason why I had shown the sock video, which a lot of people were talking about a sock video, was just to give incitement on basically how she was as a person. She was goofy. She was cherry. She was uplifting, like she was a happy person. And what's going on now, I don't know. That's not my sister. Just, you can just look at her and see that she's somewhere else. She's not her. And that's the honest to God truth.
How does that make you feel to see that that's not your sister? That is your sister, but it's not your sister.
It's frustrating. I mean, as anybody can only imagine, and not being able to do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is weird. Like, it's hurtful. It's hurtful, though. If I should say that would be the word. It's painful. It's like wanting to go through the screen and you can't. Or there's nothing you can do.
How many times have you met Sierra or been around them together?
I met Sierra, like, all right, so when they were working at ShopRite and stuff like that, I really didn't see too much of Sierra. I just known her being her girlfriend and stuff like that. Well, her homie, should I say, because I see that other people will probably come in and think other things, but as her homie and everything like that. But afterwards, like, she would come around and only drop off her son, her son Eric or whatever. She would be dropping him off all the time to us. Well, not to us, to Randy, to babysit. And it would be at my mom's house. And basically, my mom was telling her that she couldn't babysit there anymore. So when she told her she couldn't babysit there anymore, that's when my sister started watching him at Sierra's house. And
okay, so you're saying that Sierra, as soon as Sierra met Shell, Sierra, which is Queen Opp, would bring the baby to your mother's house to give to, who would keep this baby?
No. When they first met, they were working. Didn't I say I'm doing something? I'm doing something. Is it an emergency? I'm sorry. But anyway, they met each other at ShopRite, and after they left ShopRite, my sister and Sierra, they weren't working there, so Sierra started dancing. And when she was dancing, that's when she would drop her son off to my mom's house for Randy to babysit. And when Randy was babysitting, the baby, he was very active and into a lot of things. And like I said, two wrongs don't make a right, so I'm not going to go there with kids and all that stuff like that. I'm just not, that's not I'm not doing all that. But anyway, he was very antsy. And so my mom said that she, it was too much and she couldn't handle that at her house every night. So my sister would have to babysit him at Sierra's house. And, my sister's thing was, it was too late for her to be catching a bus to come home. So, all right, cool. They would be staying, she would stay there. But then next thing you know, it was like she pretty much moved in. And I was like, me and my mom, we didn't know. It was like she never said, I'm going to move in there. But it was just like, okay, she pretty much started packing her stuff slowly but surely. And every night taking this, and then it was like, okay, she must, when we went to go visit her over there when they first, the apartment that she was staying at.
So hold on, let me just stop. Let me ask a question. So you're saying that you think their friendship is based on the fact that Queen Opp now has a babysitter, like someone that can take care of her baby while she goes out and work?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was from the rip, and that, hey, that's fine and dandy. My sister's grown. If that's how she making her money, who's to tell her how, what job is best for her? And Yeah, that's pretty much what that was. She was watching her son for him. Watching go out and
So
work.
some say that Shell's family is clout chasing, that you guys saw that she was blowing up and you guys basically started clout chasing off of her. Okay, so is that true? Thank you, sis.
Listen, Chris, no, that's not true at all. They've been doing this for months, over a year or some change, or I don't even know how long. You know, with Wango, that's the most was when they did the dog eating video, because you know, my family, my mom, my father, they're not into social media. Like, you know, my family, they're not really at all. Like, my mom literally had just gotten a Facebook around the time my grandmother passed away, and I was in that too. But they're just not on social media. And when that dog eating video came out and my mom was receiving that and my dad was receiving it on his work email, it was like crazy. Calls were coming in from every which and that way. Then they did a video about Muslims where they were cutting up T-Mars and overgarments, talking about they're not Muslim no more. And it was just degrading to the Muslim community. So people were like threatening, like it was crazy. Like they were threatening my family because of it, because they like, you know, that's a religion you're threatening, you're disrespecting. It's on a whole nother level when you're dealing with somebody's religion. You know, and my family isn't Muslim. We were Christian. And for that to be coming on to us, it was crazy. So that was where my mom and dad found out most of it, because I would try to shun them from it. You know, because and even if somebody would bring it to their attention, they didn't want to hear it. They don't like they will not talk about that type stuff. So, yeah, if we wanted clout, don't you, like, we would have been, I would have been came out and said something about it. And I talked to you, Miss M. I even told you, I was like, I'm not looking for that. I just want people to hear the story. Like, this is not a funny situation right here. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need clout. That's why, you know, as I stated, I don't even want a host page, because it's not even about that. Like, this is no clout thing. I just want people to understand that this is real. What's going on right now, and the situation is very so much real. Okay. And if people can't see what's going on, then go ahead. I'm sorry, I don't want to. Go to questions.
It's okay. So, when did your mom first try to confront Shell? Thank you.
Get out. My cats. Y'all are nasty. Get out of here. I'm sorry. You said, when did my mom first try to confront her about what?
Like, Shell, what are you doing? What's going on?
Well, basically,
I don't know, London down there.
We all knew that we all came at my sister basically when we seen how she got beat up. Basically, she was in Atlanta with Sierra. Sierra was dancing out in Atlanta. They started traveling around to different places, Atlanta, Florida, you know. And my sister had text messaged my father, myself, a photo of her face, and she was really lumped up all over. I mean, she was not like. Right. She was.
So you're saying that your sister texted some photos to your family, and she was all bruised. And what did she say happened?
Well, the cops told us what happened initially, and then she stated that Sierra had did it, and that she had threw her out of the house, and she didn't know where any of her belongings and stuff like that was. So, me and my father was like, you know, at this point, we're just going to get you home. We bought a train ticket, and she got the train home. Sierra was locked up for it. And we kept telling my sister, like, go press, you know, just press charges, leave the situation alone.
Hold on for 1 second. Tita Diva, I think you are admin as well. There are admins in the room. So if you guys got to go ahead and start muting, go ahead and do that. We can't have her disrespected. There are admins in the room. Hey, K. Marie. Yeah, let me get K. Marie right here. So you guys can go ahead and... Oh, K. Marie, hold on. I'm muted, K. Marie. All right. Okay, so thank you, everybody. All right, so the police told you what now?
The police basically had ran it down. I didn't call you, no. No, the police had, I guess, gave my father a rundown of what had happened or something, and then my sister got on the phone and expressed that it was Sierra, and we basically found a way where she was. We had to get all the information from the staff and all that there, because my sister didn't know anything about Atlanta, where she was and all that stuff like that. So when we figured everything out and how to get her home, we did get her home. And when we got her home, we, basically was telling her, like, you need to press charges. This isn't right, because I wanted, of course, to go after her, but I couldn't get to her, and I didn't know where the heck this girl was staying, nothing. So, long story short, they came back.